Hello, this is Sandra Brown of Happiness Past 60. And I know it's been a while since I've been on here, and just wanted you all to know that I missed you and was thinking about you. Bill and I went out of town for about a week. Went back to, we live in Tennessee, and we went back to Indiana. It's maybe not been a year, almost a year since I've been back there. And there were just things that needed to be done back home. Actually, people we needed to visit, family and things like that. So I thought I'd give a little chit chat and tell you about that. And tomorrow I'll do something a little more serious. Or today, and then put it on tomorrow. Okay. All right, so to start out, we took Millie to Bed and Biscuit. Now, she's never been to Bed and Biscuit. It's a kennel where they keep them for an extended period. I think maybe one night she's been there, but not for that long. So I was just a tiny bit apprehensive about that, but she actually, as I say, wags her tail when she goes in there and seems very happy. She likes the people. And she did just fine. So that makes me comfortable now about going places. I'm looking out the window right now at that hydrangea bush, and it's went from lime green to snow white, and now today it's turning kind of a light pink. Early this morning when I looked out there were 5 deer out there, 2 of them very young, and they were eating my flowers. And we do have a deer repellent thing out there, so I don't know. But so we just went out on the deck, and Millie gave a couple little barks, and they went away. So that works. She's our deer dog now. Okay, so we took her to Bed and Breakfast, and then after that, Mr. Bill had an eye appointment. It was a long eye appointment, very extensive. He has diabetes, and his numbers have been up a few times, so we're taking this more serious, and it's made some spots that are showing. I guess when they checked his eyes, they could tell he's had some episodes. So that's very serious, and we need to take care of that. So they've got him on some very expensive vitamins for his eyes. But we have to do that. And yes, if any of you are diabetic, take care of those numbers. We're trying to watch what we're eating now, trying to be more careful. And I'm going to really start looking this up so I understand it more. All right. I had to put my glasses on so I could read these notes, okay? I don't know where my other glasses are, my old ones. Okay, so it took us about 8 hours to drive to Crown Point. Mr. Bill, my husband, is such a good driver, and I felt very comfortable with him when we're driving. He takes good care of me. He knows, he's good with directions. He's good at using the GPS. And we just work together well when we're traveling. We travel very well together. We stayed at the Hampton Hotel in Crown Point, Indiana, for 6 nights. I can't believe the price is so doggone high, but it was convenient. It was close to every place we were going to visit, and we just didn't want to be on anyone. And a lot of our friends, they're getting older like this, and their health isn't real good. That's one of the reasons we were there, so we didn't want to be bothering anybody. But it was $1,290 for 6 nights. Wow, I've never paid anything like that. But I think, like Mr. Bill said, we got that back on our income tax, so it paid for our vacation. And we're in our 80s now. And I guess it's time we spend a little money once in a while. But it was hard for me. The place that Mr. Bill loves to eat when we go to Crown Point is Rosati's Pizza. And he had cheesy beef. I think he needed to quit the cheese thing probably, but I had one of their thin cut crust pizzas, and then we didn't eat all of it. We took it back to the hotel because they have they had a refrigerator and they have a microwave, and we stretched our meals out that way. So the first day we visited my neighbor, Joanne. She's 86 years old and she lived down the street from me. And I used to check in on her and visit her, and I do miss our visits. And so we stopped and got her some flowers, which she so appreciated. Had a nice visit with her. And then the same day we drove to Tinley Park, Illinois, and visited Bill's sister, which will be my new sister-in-law. Oh, before we went there, you know, he's a retired fireman. And so he took me to 3 different fire stations that he's worked at, because I guess it's a daily thing. You never know which fire station you're going to work at. I think that's how it goes. And so at that fire station, there was a beam from 9/11 that Mr. Bill drove to New York to pick up, to put on display in front of the fire station. If I'm able to figure it out, I'm going to put a picture of that on this video. And it weighed way over 1,000 pounds, but it's not that big. But those beams I have to ask him what floor that came from. I don't know if I wrote that on here. But anyways, I met my new sister-in-law, Kathy, and her husband, Tom. And we took them, they were going to drop cable and get a new TV, and we was thinking, well, we've got 2 TVs. Mine was out on the back porch, and we didn't even watch it. So we took that TV to them, and I had bought a Fire Stick for Mr. Bill for his office, which he doesn't watch much TV. We hadn't even used it. It was still in the box. So it's like, so we loaded up the TV, bruised ourselves up. I'm on blood thinners, you guys, and so is Mr. Bill. Talk to me about that. I don't know what to do. I started using a cream that he had for bruises. I'm going to see if that works. But I hate this. They're on my arms and my legs, everywhere. If you have the same problem, let me know. Or there's, what to do, but I don't know. Okay, so we had a very nice dinner there. And I also met his 2 nieces. Jamie, which is an RN, and Kelly, which is a radiation therapist. And Kelly is a subscriber of mine. So she said, gosh, I feel like I know you already. And she was just such a sweetheart. And also we met his great, what have I got? Oh, his great nephew, Andrew, who was such a sweet kid. And he came down there with me, and we both set up that Fire Stick together. So he was helpful. Thank you, Andrew. And so that was a nice visit. And we drove home from there. And then the next day we went and seen Bill's childhood friend, Dale, and his wife, Cindy. And they have a beautiful home. Wow, just such a lovely home. And, seen a tour of their home and his car, and we took her some flowers, and she had lunch for us. That was in Crete, Illinois. Bill's sister lives in Tinley Park. All right. Let's see. So after that, on Sunday, we went to church at Living Stones in Crown Point, Indiana. It's a church I used to go to before Bill and I married and I moved. But Bill loves the church, and he loves the pastor, Ron Johnson. I used to go there when Ron Johnson's father, Ron Johnson Sr., was the pastor. And son is just a wonderful man who, he lives it. He lives the Christian life. There's, what you see is just what you get. He's a good guy. He dearly loves the Lord. And then after church, we went to my daughter's house, Dawn, and her husband, Ron, my son-in-law, Ron, and their dog, Pitbull, Macy, big white Pitbull, which Bill loved. And we took Dawn some flowers. And we visited with them. It was really nice. And Bill has never met Dawn. And he was really looking forward to that. And Dawn, she loved Mr. Bill. So she calls him Daddy-O. I don't know what she does. And then Monday, we met my granddaughter, Maddie, at the restaurant with her my great-grandson, Ren. I'll try to put a picture on there too. He's a year old, and we took him a gift of a little, I guess it's this battery-operated telephone, like an iPhone. And he loved that, and it was just so enjoyable to see him. And he just kept smiling at Mr. Bill, and he's just adorable. Okay, so then we got back, and we headed back home, and we were ready to go home. We really were. After that, the last visit, we missed home. And as you get older, maybe everybody's that way anyhow. You just, after the visit, you're ready to go home. But then the next morning at 8 o'clock, I had to be at the hospital for an ultrasound for the renal arteries, the ones that go to your kidneys, and they feed your kidneys, I guess, but that came out really good. Everything's fine. So it looks like I'm just doing good. So then yesterday, we went to the gym, and I got all signed up, and I have I'm looking out, there's a rabbit in the yard. And I will be going in. I have a coach, and he will set me up for a routine for the treadmill and all the machines there. But I was able, even though I hadn't been on that yet, to go on the treadmill. And it's actually Silver Sneakers. We go through that through Blue Cross, and there's no charge at all. So that's great. And it's like you can go in there anytime you want. It's not called Anytime Fitness, it's something else. But so Bill worked out on some of the machines, and I did the treadmill. But I'll be doing some of the machines, which I already had just barely started doing before this heart attack and everything. But anyways, yeah, so this is all looking much better. You know, just I'm sure it'll get better as it goes. Yeah, so anyways, that's kind of a update, chit-chat of what's been going on. And I know some people were concerned about me and wonder if we were okay. And thank you for liking Mr. Brill. I'll try to get him on here again. He's not crazy by doing it, but he loves to hear when you make comments about him, and it's going good. So I'm going to read to you, okay? Because we haven't done that for a while. And we're reading out of Jesus Listens. And I should put a link every time, right? By Sarah Young. Daily devotional prayers of peace, joy, and hope. This is a prayer for you. All-knowing God, you have searched me and known me. You understand my thoughts from afar, and you are intimately acquainted with all my ways. It's wonderful to know. How thankful I am to be fully known by you. I think we all in this life seek to be known, don't you? Everything about me is visible to you, including my most secret thoughts and feelings. This transparency would terrify me if I were not your beloved child. But I have nothing to fear because your perfect righteousness has been credited to me through my faith in you. I'm so grateful to be a permanent member of your royal family. I've been learning that my intimate relationship with you is a powerful antidote to feelings of loneliness. Please remind me to voice my prayers to you whenever I'm feeling alone or afraid. I know that you hear my silent prayers too, but I think more clearly when I whisper my words or speak them out loud. Because you understand me and my circumstances perfectly. I don't need to explain things to you. I can dive right in, asking you to help me cope with the things I'm facing. And I can spend time just relaxing with you, breathing in the joy of your presence. In your royal name, Jesus, amen. And these are the scriptures. Psalms 139:1. O Lord, you have searched me and know me. You understand my thoughts from afar. You are intimately acquainted with all my ways. No one knows us like him. No one does. That's so wonderful. He knows us better than we know ourselves. 1 Corinthians 13:12. For now we see indistinctly as in a mirror, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I will know fully, as I am fully known. That's now on this earth. We just see through a glass dimly or darkly, like a foggy or dirty glass, or trying to see the other side and understand a lot of things. There's so many things we don't understand because it is dark and dim for us right now. But then we're going to understand everything. All the questions you had about things like why this or why that, all of it will be answered and understood. Romans 3:22. This righteousness from God comes through faith in Jesus Christ to all who believe. Psalms 21:6. Surely you have granted him eternal blessings and made him glad with the joy of your presence. Yes. God bless all of you, and I will be doing another video, possibly today. Maybe I'll put that out tomorrow, but this will be on today. So we are going to Bible study this morning. So we'll leave here about 9:30, and I'm looking forward to that because they've had a little break for a while, and I'll tell you more about that later. Okay, I love all you guys, and I appreciate all your comments. There's not a one that I don't read. I really do. And I got so many when I had Mr. Bill on, so many of them. Thank you so much. I love all you guys, and I pray you have a blessed day. I do. And if things are rough, just depend on God. Just know that he's in control, and he already knows what your day or your future is going to be. And he's already made plans for you. Love you guys. Bye now.